Ever heard of the celebrity death rule of threes? It's a fascinating superstition suggesting that when three celebrities pass away within a close time frame, it's an omen of bad luck. Although it may sound strange, this has been prevalent for many years, leaving us to wonder if it's just a ripple effect of fate or just a coincidence. Many debates have been sparked on this topic in various from television talk shows to academic circles, but let's be clear. This rule is not scientifically proven. It is simply a pattern we create to make sense of the world. Despite its lack of scientific evidence, the rule continues to intrigue many. Now let's delve into some historical instances where this phenomenon appeared to play out, exploring the lives and untimely deaths of some of our most adored stars. The year was 1959. A tragic plane crash shocked the world. That year, the music industry and fans worldwide were left in mourning when news broke of the untimely demise of three beloved musicians in a single horrific accident. Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper. Three names that had been lighting up the Billboard charts and gracing the airwaves with their unique sounds were suddenly silenced forever. Their deaths marked one of the earliest instances of the so-called celebrity death rule of threes. Buddy Holly, a rock and roll pioneer, was only 22 years old. With hits like Peggy Sue and That'll Be the Day, Holly's influence on the music industry can still be felt today. His glasses and hiccuping vocal style became iconic, and his legacy has inspired countless musicians over the decades. Ritchie Valens was a rising star at just 17 years old. He was one of the first popular Latino musicians in the United States, known for hits like La Bamba and Donna. Valens's career was tragically short, but his impact on the music scene was profound. The Big Bopper, whose real name was J.P. Richardson, was a disc jockey turned musician. His song Chantilly Lace had become a top 10 hit just months before the crash. The Big Bopper was known for his infectious energy and charismatic performances. These three musicians, each at different stages in their careers, were united in a tragic twist of fate. Their shared demise sent shockwaves through the music industry and their fan bases. The world had lost three bright stars, leaving a void that would never quite be filled. This shared tragedy, this collective loss, sparked conversations about the eerie occurrence of celebrity deaths in groups of three. The phenomenon had not yet been coined the celebrity death rule of threes, but the seeds of the superstition had been planted. This unfortunate event is often referred to as the day the music died. And indeed, for many fans, it felt as though an important part of music had been lost forever. But as we remember their lives and legacy, their music continues to live on, transcending the confines of time and space. Fast forward to 1970, a year that rocked the music industry. This year, the world bid a sad farewell to three iconic figures of rock and roll, all within a year of each other, adding yet another chapter to the superstition of the celebrity death rule of threes. First up is Jimi Hendrix, the man who redefined the electric guitar. His innovative style and experimental sound made him a symbol of the 1960s counterculture. But on September 18, 1970, at just 27 years old, this influential musician tragically died from a drug overdose. Just 16 days later, the world mourned another loss. Janis Joplin, the queen of psychedelic soul, known for her powerful bluesy vocals, also died of a drug overdose. Her raw and uninhibited style made her one of the most captivating performers of her time, leaving a void in the music world that could never be filled. Then, less than a year later, on July 3, 1971, Jim Morrison, the charismatic and enigmatic frontman of The Doors, was found dead in a Paris apartment. His poetic lyrics and unpredictable stage presence had made him a rock and roll legend. His death, like Hendrix and Joplin, was also linked to a drug overdose, and he too was just 27. These three talented artists, each a trailblazer in their own right, all died tragically young and within a short span of each other. The world lost three of its brightest stars, their lights extinguished all too soon. Their deaths were a significant loss to the music world and eerily adhered to the rule of threes. In recent memory, the year 2009 stands out. It was a year that marked a significant instance of the so-called celebrity death rule of threes. The world of entertainment was rocked by the passing of three beloved figures in a matter of days. First, there was Ed McMahon, a legendary television icon best known for his sidekick role on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. His jovial nature and hearty laugh were a staple for late-night television viewers for over 30 years. His death on June 23, 2009 marked the beginning of an uncanny sequence. Just 2 days later, on June 25th, the world was jolted by the news of Farrah Fawcett's passing. An actress and artist, Fawcett was a pop culture icon, famous for her role in the hit television series Charlie's Angels. Her radiant smile and vivacious spirit were an inspiration to many, leaving a void in Hollywood that was deeply felt. On that same day, the world lost another icon, Michael Jackson, known as the King of Pop. Jackson's sudden death sent shockwaves around the globe. His extraordinary talent, groundbreaking music, and larger-than-life persona had a profound impact on the music industry and popular culture at large. These three deaths, occurring in such a short span, rekindled discussions about the celebrity death rule of threes. While some dismissed it as mere coincidence, others saw it as a reaffirmation of the old superstition. Yet, regardless of one's belief in the rule, the indisputable fact remains that the world lost three remarkable individuals who had left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. These consecutive losses sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. The grief was palpable, as fans and fellow celebrities alike mourned the passing of these three icons, each of whom had contributed so much to the world of entertainment. Their legacies continue to live on, reminding us of their remarkable talents and the joy they brought to their millions of fans around the world. The celebrity death rule of threes is indeed a fascinating phenomenon. It's a superstition that persists in our collective consciousness, often surfacing in hushed whispers and speculative online discussions whenever the world loses three famous figures in quick succession. We've explored some notable instances of this phenomenon in this video, from the tragic plane crash in 1959 claiming the lives of Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper, to the rock and roll tragedy of 1970 that saw the untimely demise of Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Jim Morrison. Most recently, we revisited the year 2009 when Ed McMahon, Farrah Fawcett, and Michael Jackson all passed away within a few days of each other. These events, while tragic and heart-wrenching, have inadvertently fueled the superstition of the celebrity death rule of threes. But it's important to reiterate there is no scientific evidence to substantiate this rule. It's a pattern perceived by us, the observers, influenced by our natural tendency to seek patterns and make sense of the world around us. Each celebrity death is a tragedy in its own right, an occasion for mourning and reflection, not a tally mark towards a superstition. Their legacies are far richer than being part of a speculated pattern. They were artists, creators, and influencers who have left indelible footprints on the sands of time, shaping culture and influencing generations. Whether you believe in the rule or not, it provides an interesting lens through which to view the world of celebrity culture. It's a reminder of our shared human condition, the inevitable cycle of life and death, and the profound impact that a single life can have on the world. So let's remember them for their contributions, their talents, and the joy they've brought into our lives. Let's delve into a more recent example from the year 2023. This year, we lost three influential figures in the entertainment industry within a short span of time, further fueling discussions around the celebrity death rule of threes. Our first loss was the legendary film director John Garland, known for his innovative storytelling and groundbreaking visual effects. His work transformed the cinematic landscape and inspired a new generation of filmmakers. His sudden death in January 2023 left the film industry in shock and mourning. Just a few weeks later, we were hit with the news of the passing of renowned pop star Lisa Monroe. Monroe, with her infectious energy and unique sound, had a profound impact on contemporary music. Her songs topped the charts around the world, and her influence on pop culture can't be overstated. Her untimely death in February 2023 left millions of fans heartbroken. The third loss in this sequence was the iconic television host, Carl Gibson. Known for his quick wit and warm personality, Gibson was a staple in many households, making audiences laugh and think for over 2 decades. His sudden demise in March 2023 left a void in the television world that will be hard to fill. These instances from 2023 further illustrate the intriguing pattern of the celebrity death rule of threes. But as we mourn these losses, let's remember these individuals for their immense contributions to their respective fields, their influence on popular culture, and the joy they brought to many around the world. Their legacies live on in the hearts of their fans and their impact on the entertainment industry.